Good afternoon, Flosstube. This is episode 9 and it is the 26th of September. And I have got some things to show you today. So first up would be the usual starter, which is a golden oldie. And this one is Earth Dragon by Cross My Heart Designs. It's part of a series of 4 elemental dragons. And this is the only one I've done. They are all stitched on 28 count Jobelan in black, or Ada 14 count if you like, but I chose to use the Jobelan. And if I fold it and hold it a bit closer, you can see there's a very, very cute dragon. He's beautiful. I love him and I need to get him framed. But I say that a lot. So, Cross My Heart no longer making charts that I'm aware of, but I do have the other 3, so that's good news, I guess. And I might actually stitch them one day. Might not. Okay, and to date, on all 8 floss tubes that I've done before this one, I haven't had a finish. And today I'm going to break that run, because I have 2 finishes. And the first one, and if you speak German and you don't like curse words, I'm going to apologise now because it's rude, is this one, which I stitched for a friend, and I'm going to make it into a coaster for her coffee for the morning. And it says, "We seldom say please, thank you, and F off," or F you, I think. And it was a freebie on a German website that I saved ages ago. I can't find a link to it anymore, so I think they've taken it down as a free design. I stitched it on a scrap piece of Jobelan, and I used House of Embroidery threads in 2 shades of green. So I've got to finish that one up for a birthday present, but I will. And the other one I have is one I've been talking about for quite a long time and have actually managed to finish. Magical Night by Alessandra Adelaide. And I finished this about 3 o'clock this morning, so I'm looking a bit ropey today, but I was determined that I was going to get it done and that last stitch in. So here it is, all finished. And I'll have to buy some foam core board to try and mount it up before Halloween. We'll see if I can get that done. I've got a month. Should be able to, right? Right? I'll go and look for some later today. So I'm really pleased with this one. It's on 28 count white Monaco with the Corford DMC and then the DMC satins in neon green and neon yellow, so there's the green and the yellow. I found that the satins were thicker than normal DMC, so although the chart calls for 2 strands, I used 1 strand throughout, even the back stitch, the cross stitch, because I couldn't get 2 strands to lay nicely. So those were the only 2 projects I stitched on this week, and I finished both of them. So no works in progress to show you at all today, but I did get a little bit of hauling. So the first thing I got in was, and it's all folded up, it's a metre of vinyl, which I'm going to put on top of the squarey German design so it doesn't get stained by the coffee cup. And I'm going to make a hopefully anyway, excuse me, hopefully a self-binding edge on it, but I need to dig out my sewing machine and some fabric that goes with it and sort it out, and dig out some washi tape to put on the foot of the sewing machine so I can sew the vinyl. The other thing I got was, thanks to a lovely friend of mine that went Aldi for me, because I still don't have a car, she picked this up for me and posted it to me, and I fell in love with the cute little foxy. So I will almost certainly not use the kit materials and do my own thing, but use the chart. So, I mean, the bunny's quite cute. I really like the fox and the mushrooms. So, yay. Aldi does some cute kits. And there's nothing wrong with the product that they produce. I just don't stitch on Ada. And so I will probably keep this kit intact to forward on to someone once I've used the chart, so that someone else can stitch it who does stitch on Ada. Okay, this is going to be a quick one because I don't do any stitching apart from 2 projects and you've seen those. So Flosstuber of the week is AK Crafter S, who's in Alaska. Her earlier YouTube videos are mostly knitting and spinning, and then she went back to cross stitch, and now they're 99% cross stitch. And she's been working on a Gecko Rouge kit called Fright Night, or Gecko Rouge chart called Fright Night, because I think she got it when they were doing charts. I'm making massive progress on that, and a few other things. The Autumn Lane Stitchery Dark Queen of the Sea, seen her working on that, but she does one every week, and I haven't seen her miss a week for ages, so that's quite cool. Shop of the week will be Owl Forest Embroideries, because I've had a kit from them and I've also got some threads from them. Great service from Russia, arrives fairly quickly, tracking is fabulous. When I couldn't get my payment to go through because I use a business account for PayPal, and you can't, for money laundering reasons, make payments to Russia from a business account, they took my personal card without any problems, so that was fine. Plans actually include working on one of theirs, so I'm going to pick this one up. So even though I've met the Whip Go goal, I'm going to try and get a little bit more done on the border of this one, probably. See if I can get half the border done. So this is done from a kit using their threads on, it's a 32 count, I believe, Zweigart linen. I think it's Zweigart, yes it is, Zweigart linen. So this one is Deer Forest. So I will be putting some time in on that. I'm hoping to put a day in on my English Village project, see if I can finish that cottage, this one here, which is about 3/4 done. So I should be very happy with that if I can get that one done. I just fancied a change. I've been doing nothing but Whip Go projects for a while, and I was getting a bit stale on them. I'm also going to pick up this Mon Ami Pierre one called Heritage de Lettres, and hopefully get a couple of letters done on this one too. This one is on 28 count Monaco, I think. No, I think it's Lugana. And I'm using DMC threads on this one, I think. Yep, DMC threads, 2/2. And the final one I'm hoping to get some work on next week is an Autumn Lane Stitchery one. I'm hoping to make some progress on this one, which is called the Witch's Spell. It's one of 4 of the Halloween ones that I bought, and they've released, I think, 4 more that I want to buy. So I need to crack on and get some of these done, or I'll buy the other ones anyway. I'll probably buy the other ones anyway. So, and what have we got left? Not much. Told you it was going to be a quick one today. Today's weird and wonderful lipstick is a lip tar from a company that's no longer in business called Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics. The name's ghastly, I hate the name, but I think this was a present, and it's called Techno Pagan, and it's a weird product. It's actually purple. It looks very blue on the camera, but it's actually purple, so I put it on to go with the dress. Felt like being a bit different today. I'm not sure it's a good look, but I don't care what anybody else thinks, really. And last but not least, I had a giveaway 2 weeks ago. Had a winner. Still haven't been in post yet, so I'm very sorry, Selena. I will check my email to see if you've given me your address, and then I will post that as soon as I'm able to get to the post office, hopefully soon. But in the meantime, I thought I'd have another one. So I am going to give away this new Stitches magazine, and it's an old one. It is number 136 from August 2004. And I don't think there's anything in here that I would stitch right now. So, well, there's some good designs in it. So I do actually quite like those pots. But I've said I'm going to give it away now, so I'm going to give it away. Yeah. So I do like Mary Hickman, who did 95% of the designs in this magazine. She's the lady behind My English Village. So this is one of hers that I've rearranged. So very simple. If you want this, just include the word magazine somewhere in your comment, and I will do a random comment picker next week, and I will post it anywhere in the world. You have to be 18 because you have to give me your address, or have permission to give me your address, and I'd like you to be a subscriber, but if you don't have your subscription set publicly, it's impossible to check and filter that anyway, so I'm just going to ask nicely. And that's it. Short and sweet today. I'll try and come back with something more interesting next week. So from me, it's goodbye, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.